How are we going to do that? Well, here, okay, we know that 1 foot is 12 inches. You know, that's given to us in the textbook, okay? 1 foot is 12 inches. So what we can do is use the factor label method. So we can do 5 inches times 1 foot over 12 inches times 1 foot divided by 12 inches, right? And again, why is it 1 foot over 12 inches? Again, we want inches to go away, right? We want the answer to be in terms of feet. So that's why inches is in the denominator, because then this will cancel. And we're left with 5 times 1 over 12 foot, which I really guess should be feet, but in the end we write feet. So we get 5 over 12 feet. So that's what we get. All right, that's cool. So altogether, that tells us this product is really equal to this. 6 feet times 4 feet times 5 over 12 feet. And if you do that product, you actually get 24 times 5 over 12 feet cubed, which is the same as cubic feet. And that's 10 cubic feet. Notice here what I did. I showed all the work, right? Make sure you do that, because I know there are internet web pages that can do the conversion for you. I want to see that you can do this, you know, on your own without such a web page, so to say. Okay. I mean, I guess if you want to use those web pages as a check, that's fine. But I want to see your work. Okay. All right. This is just another way to carry out this conversion. Remember, another way I showed you was proportions, because for instance, from here, we know 1 foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to let x be the unknown. We have x feet over 5 inches, right? So we make a proportion like so. And we can use this to figure out how many feet 5 inches is. I mean, I know I didn't write out what x is, but x is how many feet 5 inches equals. Okay, so we can make a proportion, you know, one of the ratios, so to say here, 1 foot over 12 inches, right? On the other side of it, okay, well then x feet, x is how many feet 5 inches equals. We have x feet over 5 inches. So we're making a proportion, as you can see. Notice that feet is in the numerator, inches is in the denominator. Now, why is that good? Well, as you can see, the units cancel, right? And what we get is 1 over 12 is x over 5. Right? Because the units cancel. But again, corresponding units, sorry, the same unit has to be in a corresponding position. So we have 5 equals x. So we have 5 equals 12x. Excuse me, we have 1 over 12 equals x over 5. What do? You cross multiply to get 5 times 1. Well, that's just 5. 12 times x is 12x. So we get this. Okay, we want x, right? So what do? We divide by 12. Like so. These divide. We get 5 over 12 equals x. So x again is 5 over 12. So the same answer. Thank goodness. Any questions on this? Okay. Now, what if we wanted to get it in cubic inches? Well, now we have to convert 6 feet into inches and 4 feet into inches. That's what we have to do. Right? That's what we have to do now. So let's do it. Okay. So we have 6 feet, right? So again, here I'm just using the factor label method. I mean, if you wanted to use proportions, that's fine. Okay, you could do that if you wanted. I'm using the factor label method. Remember, you want to multiply by either 1 foot over 12 inches or 12 inches over, or 1 foot, excuse me, 1 foot over 12 inches or 12 inches over 1 foot. Here we do 12 inches over feet, because again, feet, we want that unit to go away. So we have 6 feet times 12 inches per foot, which is 6 times 12, which is 72 inches. Good. On the other side, we have 4 feet, right, times 12 inches over foot. It's really the same kind of calculation. Foot cancels. 4 times 12 inches is 48 inches. That's what we get. That's what we get. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what's the volume then? Well, this product here becomes 72 inches times 48 inches times 5 inches, which is equal to this product, which turns out to equal 17,280 cubic inches. Any questions on that? Okay, here's another one I wanted to do. Miles, you're converting miles per hour to meters per minute. So notice here it's a little bit different because here you have to do 2 conversions at once. First, we have to get 35 miles in terms of meters and hours in terms of minutes, although one is actually very easy. Right? So really we have 2 conversions here. Well, what do we do? Well, in the textbook, it's given that 1 mile is 1.6093 kilometers. That's what 1 mile is. Okay, well, if that's what 1 mile is, what would 35 miles be? Again, you could use a proportion if you want. I mean, I didn't do that here for time consideration. I just figured it'd be better to use the factor label method. So in other words, we're going to multiply by kilometers over miles, right? We don't want miles in our answer. We want meters. Okay, well, we have kilometers, so let's go with that. So we multiply by 1.6093 kilometers over miles. So these cancel. And we have 35 times 1.6093 kilometers. But again, we want meters, not kilometers. Well, what we can do is convert kilometers to meters. We've done that before, right? Kilometers is over here, kilo, and meters alone is here, basic unit, right? So what do? You move the decimal 3 spaces to the right. You want to go from here to here. How do you get there? You go 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So we move the decimal 3 spaces to the right. Right? And we do that, and what we get is, right, wait, hold on, let me draw it in, that might help. We get 1, 2, 3. We get 56,325.5 meters. So that's how many meters we have. Okay, so we have miles and meters. That's one conversion. But remember, the other one is hours to minutes. But that's easy, though. We know 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so we're basically done with that because 35 miles per hour, right? 35 miles we know is this many meters. We did that already. 1 hour is 60 minutes. And really that's the hard part, because now all you have to do is just divide. Because now you're in meters per minute, so you just divide, as you can see. Okay, that's good. Are there any questions on this? Okay. Recall this. This is in the textbook, so obviously you don't have to memorize this. But I just wanted to do another factor label method. I don't know if I have time, but let me see if I can get through it quickly. Although here we had, let me see what time is it. Proportion we had. So here we want 82 cups in terms of quarts, okay? Now how do we do that? Well, we have either one of these two conversions, right? I think if I remember correctly, 1 quart in cups, right? We have these. Both of those, okay? So now we want to go from cups to quarts, right? So we could use a proportion if we wanted. That's what I'm doing here. 1 quart over 4 cups. X is the unknown. X is what we want. X is our blank, so to say. That's equal to how many quarts is 82 cups. So it's really just like before. What you do is you cancel units, like as before, right? These cancel. These two cancel. You get 1 over 4 is X over 82, and then you just cross multiply. Okay, now I have to stop because we're out of time. Okay, so let me stop it.